Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Sweden has always been seen as a global good citizen, a peaceful, stable state that's been a beacon of tolerance and which has recently opened its doors to migrants and refugees, serving as a safe haven for those fleeing conflict. But here's a sad fact. More than 300 people from the country have gone to fight in Syria and Iraq, making Sweden, in per capita terms, one of the biggest exporters of jihadists in Europe. Well, that's one very extreme sign of broader strains in an open and multicultural society. Yildiz Hakim from the BBC's Our World series has been to Gothenburg in Sweden to find out what's going wrong.
Gothenburg is one of Sweden's most diverse cities. It should be a model for integration. But this port city is one of Europe's biggest exporters of militants to Syria and Iraq.
Many of these kids who travel to places like Syria and Iraq come from places like this, immigrant neighbourhoods on the fringes of Sweden's towns and cities.
Angered is a northeastern suburb of Gothenburg, with a community of 50,000 people. Over 65% of young people here drop out of school by the time they're 15, and unemployment is higher than the national average. More than 300 people have left Sweden to join ISIS or other jihadi groups. I've come to meet a young man who we've been told has been radicalized and has some hardline views. We've agreed to protect his identity.
First of all, I haven't pledged allegiance to any group. This is my Muslim beliefs. I believe that all of Allah's laws should prevail above all other laws.
So you saying that you want to bring your laws into this country goes against the values of this country?
I like this country. I love many of these people here. I want the best for them. And the best thing for them, what I think, is Allah's laws.
But how will that happen?
God will fix it. Then if I or somebody else wants to go, it's up to them.
Go where?
To Syria or Iraq.
Police in Angered come under regular attack. The area is classified as vulnerable, with high rates of crime, gang violence and drug offences.
This guy is the man. It is Angered. He's a good guy, you know.
Ulf Bostrom is Sweden's integration officer. By getting to know people living here, he's trying to build trust in the police. At a local mosque, an imam is shouted down for condemning extremism. That incident happened here, at Angered's largest mosque.
We know that we have many challenges here in this district, Angered. So we have to achieve our goals by doing, by working, not only by words.
But that's not what a lot of these young people are saying in the communities. They're saying you should go and wage jihad, you should practice very extreme forms of Sharia law, and you should be going to Syria and Iraq. And more than 100 already have.
Yes, it's a crisis actually, but it's not only our responsibility.
We put a lot of responsibility to the mosques, to the church and to the other associations. The police have to do their work first.
And what's happened to all the people who have come back from Syria and Iraq?
Well, there are some 300, I heard a figure 311. And none of them that have come back have we arrested, and we haven't bring anyone to court.
Why is that?
I think our terrorist law is not functioning well enough.
The problem of radicalisation isn't just limited to the fringes of this city. Reports in Swedish media have claimed that this mosque in the centre of Gothenburg itself has ties to various Islamist and terrorist-designated organisations. We know the spiritual leader of Al-Shabaab, Hassan Hussein, was invited here in 2009, and it's where IS fighter Mikhail Skramo preached.
We're just getting permission to be able to film around here now.
They were closed.
Okay.
Nick,
Yeah.
can we stop filming?
Yeah, sure.
No one from the mosque would speak to us. According to Swedish intelligence, about 140 people have returned to Sweden from Syria and Iraq since 2012. Swedish law was changed only in April, making it illegal to travel abroad intending to commit acts of terrorism.
We're in a secret location. I'm about to meet a young woman who says she's just returned from Syria. Hello. Hi. Hi, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
She travelled there with her husband, who died fighting for so-called Islamic State. Because she's vulnerable, we've agreed to hide her identity.
Why would someone leave Sweden to go to a place like that, to go to Syria?
When you are thinking about these things, you don't think about the worldly life. You just think about the fastest way I can die and go to heaven.
Just describe to me what Raqqa was like.
In the beginning I thought it was really good and I was very happy to be there. But after my husband died, I started to see things that were not from the religion.
Tell me what was wrong.
When they burned the Jordanian pilots, I asked them why they burn up a human being. Is that right in Islam? What I know is that you are not allowed to burn anyone.
With so many youngsters turning their backs on Sweden, people are understandably asking, what has gone wrong?
We're at Swedish television. Ulf's going to be debating his boss tonight.
Jag går den här vägen.
He wants to speak out against what he sees as the failings of the police.
Våra poliser är välutbildade och kloka. Men vår rikspolischef och polisledningen runt honom är ytterst förvirrade. Mindre samhällen och kommuner, där har polisstationerna försvunnit. Poliserna har försvunnit.
Jag kanske också ska komma ihåg att varje dygn tar vi emot 3400 anmälningar. Vi åker på över 3000 larm i Polismyndigheten. Ibland blir det inte bra. Ibland kan vi...
Hello, Mr. Klaus.
Hey.
I'm Yalda from the BBC.
Okay, hello.
Nice to speak to you. We're just wondering if we could have a word with you. Ulf has said to us that superiors within the police department have let the people of Gothenburg and Angered down, that there is no law and order and security. What do you think?
Of course there is law and order, but we must improve our work in these areas.
But we've actually met people who are afraid. They've spoken to us with their faces covered and disguised because they say that there's almost their own policing that's going on by the radicals in these communities. Are you aware of that?
Yes. We have problem with a parallel society in these areas.
Sweden is now at a critical turning point in the fight against IS. How the country responds to that threat in its towns and cities could have major global consequences.
Yalda Hakim reporting, and that was produced by Nick Blakemore. And you can watch the full Our World documentary on the News Channel this Saturday and Sunday at 21:30 or on the iPlayer.
I've been getting away with it all.